My name is Moish Brystowski. This is a story that I wrote along with my friend Ari Carmen, and it's told from his point of view, basically. It's called Billiam. 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 Don't go down to the end of the street alone. This was a common command that my parents in my neighborhood would tell their children. At the end of the cul-de-sac lived the most wicked and feared man in the town's history, known only as Billiam the Conqueror. Rumors have long circulated about how he became known by the name Billiam the Conqueror. One of the more popular once stated that he was an admiral in the Navy, and he was fond of destroying villages he defeated by burning them to the ground. Another trendy rumor was that he got the name in jail after he killed 2 guards with a toothbrush. The rumor I always subscribed to was that he got the name because he dressed like a Viking. Whatever the real reason is, the name intimidated children in my neighborhood for years. It was rare that Billiam the Conqueror would be spotted outside of his home. Once in a while, someone would get a glimpse of him through a window, but no one ever got a clear view. That is, no one got a clear view until I decided that it was time to find out what really went on in the house on the corner. I gathered together 3 of my friends, Sid, Moish, and Dan, on a cold and gloomy February morning when I was 12 years old, and informed them of our vital mission into the heart of the beast. All 3 of them signed up for the mission, and we were in business. We devised our strategy and got to work by lunchtime. After donning our armor consisting of tin foil, elbow macaroni, and 2 empty cereal boxes, we began our infiltration of Billiam's fortress of horror. Advancing upon the house, we were confronted by Billiam's horde of brain-eating lawn gnomes. Using our tin foil shields and plungers we took from Moish's basement, we warded off the evil gnomes. Now the focus shifted to gaining entry to the mysterious mansion. Dan, in charge of explosives, fashioned a bomb out of elbow macaroni and Play-Doh and placed it on the cellar door. As the blast showered us with debris, we realized there was no turning back. We descended into the dank, damp darkness, and I felt a chill run down my spine. This was our chance to become legends. As we reached the bottom of the stairs, Sid squeaked out in his usual high-pitched tone, "I think we should split up." He then walked off to the left. We never saw him again. Now we were down to 3 brave warriors in our search for Billiam. We slowly made our way through the slimy dungeon of horror. I could not shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching us. I could feel the eyes burning holes in the back of my cereal box armor. I spun around, wielding my plunger, only to face the fiery yellow eyes of a gigantic flying serpent. A small chain hung from its neck, embossed with the word Trogdor. The serpent roared, "Trogdor!" I yelled out, "Run!" as a fiery blast from the nostrils of the dragon incinerated Dan. Moishi snuck up behind the beast and plunged out its eyes. The monster, now blinded, crumpled to the ground in the fetal position and proceeded to suck its thumb. Venturing further into the womb of the lair, we saw the light of a fire dancing on the walls. We turned the corner to find Billiam awaiting us. Dressed in his Viking garb, Billiam stood 12 feet tall, with wild hair as red as the blood that dripped from his razor-sharp teeth. Moish approached the conqueror, waving a plunger furiously. He screamed at the top of his lungs, "Have at thee!" Billiam laughed him off and bit off his head. I could only watch in horror as Moish ran around like a chicken with his head cut off. It was up to me now to defeat this malicious Viking. As I hurled my plunger at Billiam, I quickly discovered that his one weakness was rubber. The plunger sliced through his flesh like a hot knife through butter. Billiam cried out in anguish as he slumped to the floor. I stood over my defeated foe, my heart swelling in triumphant victory. The neighborhood was now safe from the terror of Billiam the Conqueror. I picked up Billiam's Viking helmet and placed it on my head. I tried to exit the room, but the door wouldn't budge. The blind beast Trogdor slithered through the fireplace and curled up at my feet. The gnomes appeared and began to bow as they chanted my name. The true meaning of the curse dawned on me. My knees went weak as I fell into Billiam's sequined throne, and I realized that it was no longer his. It was mine. The end.